Now you can make this breath audible if you'd like, or you can keep it nice and subtle. It's more about how do you feel connected to it. And do you need to sigh it out? What would help you unwind it? I pulled this card this morning and it was about compromise. Do I have one foot in and one foot out, and that's my compromise? Because when we do that, what actually happens is it creates confusion. So what if you were all in, whether it's towards your spiritual practice, your work, your relationships, yourself? What would that look like? You can visualize in your mind's eye, there's a grounding cord that goes from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the planet. And this is going to be your anchor. If you feel like your world is spinning, one of the benefits to asana practice is also to move from the thinking mind being in your head and start to move into your heart. And that too can start to reduce all of that extra energy that might be floating through. And then on your next breath, you're going to take your hands back. Let your feet come out in front of you for frog. Take the right knee over towards the left side of the room. And then take both knees over towards the right. And then the idea is just to gently move from side to side, trying to get the opposite knee, the left knee to touch the floor. And then when your right knee goes over towards the left side of the room, get the right knee to touch the floor. So we start to open up the back body. Any tension in the hip flexors. Now we're going to go into deer pose. So take both knees over towards the left. Take your hands behind you. Then walk them all the way over towards the left side of your mat. So you want your hands to go towards the corner of your left side of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale. See if you can extend that right arm away from you a little bit more. And draw your right hip towards the top of your mat. Now on the next breath, helicopter, you're going to go right to the other side. Switch it. Both hands are going to go directly behind you. Then walk your fingertips over towards the left side of the mat or the right side of the mat. There you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And then reach that left hand as far away from you as possible. Reach, 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 reach. Draw the left hip towards the top of the mat. Now on the next breath, we're going to helicopter. You're going to go back to just the way we started, but this time your left hand's going to come behind you. You're going to go into a back bend. You're going to press your shins into the mat, lift your chest up towards the sky. Press those shins in really well. Now look up towards the ceiling. Drop the right shoulder towards the mat. See if you can see behind you as you open up the front body. On your exhale, release. Go to the other side. Right hand comes behind you. Sweep your left arm up. Push those shins towards the ceiling. Now take your left elbow, bend it. Look towards the sky. See if you can get a little bit more of your left thigh bone. Lower yourself down. Coming into a seated wide-legged straddle. Extend your arms out. Oh, I mean your legs. Whoops. Now take your hands behind you. Lift your hips up. Slide them forward. Oh, that was sweet, wasn't it? Take your hands, bring them closer. Lift your hips up. Up they go. Come on. There you go. Slide them forward. Ooh, everybody feel that? Good stuff. Take your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers behind the neck. Take the left elbow to the left knee. And then the right elbow to the right knee. The whole time you're trying to keep your torso nice and long so that the actions are going to happen between the lower back, the pelvic bowl, your obliques, the top of your head. You just can keep going from side to side. Now, don't forego the breath. So you're going to press the tongue into the roof of your mouth. You're going to breathe through the back of the throat. Your lips are going to stay soft. And all the while, you're going to go deeper and deeper into each pose. Let's switch it. Right elbow, left knee. Pulse. Now see if you can get the right nipple to come in contact with the left knee. Press your left heel into the mat. Release, come back to center. Go to the other side, left nipple, right knee, pulse. Now press the right heel into the mat as you lift and lower. Now let's rotate. So as you rotate, I want you to lift your heels up off the ground. Go from side to side. Feel the twist as you go from side to side. Keep those feet nice and active. This is going to stretch out the back of your thigh bones as well as the calves. One more breath. Come back to center. Take your hands to your knees. Place your feet on the floor. Take a reverse tabletop. Hands all the way back. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders up and back. Drop your head back. Look towards the back of the mat. Now what I want you to do is rock yourself towards the top of your mat and the back of your mat. And you're going to find this spot where the shoulders are directly over the heels of the hands. And then you want to hold that and lift your hips up even higher. One more breath. Now make sure your hands are wide enough apart so that you can slide your hips towards the back of the mat. Keep your hips lifted, tuck your chin into your chest, strong arms. And then sweep yourself back up into reverse table. And then again on your exhale, round it, lower it back. Then inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it back. Strong feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your tailbone all the way down to the mat. Bring your ankles in and cross them. Roll up onto your shins. Floor flow. Reach your arms up nice and high. Now the left shoulder, left ear goes to the mat as the right arm reaches nice and high. Good. Inhale, bring everything up. On the exhale, right shoulder, right ear. Inhale, take everything up. Bring the hands down to the mat. So engage the balls of your feet, lift your knees and hold. Now squeeze your knees together. Sit back towards your heels, turbo dog. Get your forehead and your knees in line with each other. Push away from the floor. Now start to straighten your legs just a little bit. There you go, nicely. So squeeze those knees together a little bit more. Squeeze and push back. Straighten them a little bit more. Squeeze and push back. Oh, and then straighten your legs. Press the heels into the mat, but lift the toes up towards the sky. One more breath. Lower the toes, come up onto your big toes. Walk a little forward. Come up onto your big toes. Walk a little forward. Big toes, big toes, big toes. A little bit more forward. Big toes, big toes. A little bit more forward. A little bit more forward. A little bit more forward. Let's release. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, fold to your chest and thighs touch. Inhale, sweep your arms up nice and high. Allow the palms to touch. On your exhale, swan dive. Bring your hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Right leg back. Lower the right knee down to the ground. Anjaneyasana. Sweep your arms up. Now lean into the front leg. Half splits. Lean back onto the ball of the right foot by your toes. In through your nose and out. On your next breath, lean forward. You're going to grab the edges of your mat. Tuck your chin into your chest until your forehead and knee are in line with each other. Make sure the top of your right foot is on the floor. See if you can get your left knee over your toes. Now start to walk your hands back. Find the back bend as you lift up. Now come up onto the ball of your left foot. Walk your hands back a little bit more. Lower that heel, chest up. Release your arms up towards the sky. Bring your hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Add the twist, right elbow, left knee. See if you can get the armpit and the knee in alignment with each other. Elongate your spine. Engage the ball of your right foot. Lift your right knee up off the ground. In through the nose and out. Now see if you can straighten that back leg. There you go. Bend deeper into your front leg. Consider taking your left foot over towards the left side of the room. It'll make it easier to balance. There you go. Adjust your back foot. So drop the right heel into the middle of the mat so it goes towards the left side of the room. Extend your left arm towards the back of the mat, right arm forward. Warrior two. Peaceful warriors, the right arm comes down and your left arm comes up. Side angle stretch. Bring the left hand down to the mat, right arm nice and high. Take that right arm forward. Bend deeper into your front leg. Goddess pose. So you can start off in a wide-legged straddle if that helps. Then turn your heels in. Look in the mirror and lower your tailbone towards the floor. Extend your hands out further. But Tia, turn your feet in more. Turn your feet in, yes, and then just turn your knees out. There you go. Everybody lengthen. Fold, see if you can go lower. Lengthen. See if you can go lower. One more time, lengthen. Lower. This is the best way to get grounded is goddess pose. Isn't that sweet? Oh, come up onto your tippy toes. One more big breath. Now lower your heels, wide-legged straddle. Grab the outside blades of your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold.
Here's your chance to invert. If you want to take a headstand, a handstand, some inversion, just keep working on opening up and widening your straddle, or whether you're on your hands or your feet. There you go. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, going closer towards the mat. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, closer towards the mat. One more time. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, closer towards the mat. If you're inverting, bring your hand or your feet to the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, fold. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up nice and slow with the flat back. Bring the left foot to meet the right foot. Take a chair pose. Sitting nice and low. Squeeze your inner thighs. Bring the hands to prayer again to the center of the chest. This time, left elbow is going to go to the right knee. Lower yourself all the way down so you're sitting on your heels. Take the left hand down to the mat. Take your right arm towards the ceiling. Now keep pressing your left elbow into the right knee to get the bigger twist. Take your right hand behind you, grab the inside of the left thigh, or take a full bind. Now look towards the right side of the room. Look beyond the right shoulder and use your breath. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lean more into your toes and towards the top of your knees versus the back of your mat. If you like to fly, here's your chance to invert. You'll bring both hands down to the mat. Take side crow or stay in your setup. Any variation of your choosing. Whatever you're doing, breathe in through the nose and out. Beautiful. Everybody make your transition to high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. So in your up dog, you want to be on the tops of your feet. Now these are called chin ups. So as you bring your chin to the floor, you bring your ass towards the ceiling. Inhale up. Exhale, chin. Inhale up. Exhale, chin. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop those heels towards the floor. Every day is a good day to moan. Right leg up. We're going to bring it through to the top of the mat. Anjaneyasana. Lower the left knee down to the ground. Arms high. Feel your left shin pressing into the mat as you lean into the right leg. As you go into half splits, take your fingertips to the floor. You want to sit on the fire toes of your left foot to wake up those feet. Now on the next breath, we're going to lean forward. Bring your right knee over the toes of your right foot. Tuck your chin into your chest. Take your hands all the way to the edges of your mat. Then from here, slowly walk your fingertips back. Come up onto the ball of your front foot. You'll be able to walk your hands back even further. Release the mat. Drop the heel. Sweep those arms. Hands to prayer, left elbow, right knee. And then add the twist.
fire toes on your left foot. Lift that left knee up off the ground. Straighten that left leg. Keep the weight in the heel of the right foot. Rotate the left heel into the middle of your mat so it feels like warrior one. Extend your arms out. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior, left arm down, right arm up. Side angle stretch. The right hand comes down. Left arm forward. Again, making that transition to goddess pose. Turn your feet out. Take your hands to your thighs. Press your knees away. Now take the right shoulder towards the floor. Press the right knee away from you. Switch the side so the left shoulder goes towards the floor. Press the right knee away. Again, go the other way. Don't forget the breath. If you want to let all this achita out, that's what my mom would say. And then come back to center. You're going to hover your arms out in front of you, so you're going to reach for your neighbor. Now press the heels of your feet into the mat and see if you can lift your tailbone slightly. Wiggle your toes. Keep squeezing those thigh bones. Now on your exhale, fold. Hands come down to the mat, straighten your legs. Again, inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. All right, if you'd like to fly, here's your chance. What do you want to do? A crow pose, a handstand, something else you might be learning in your skill building workshops. 5 breaths. The other option is you can start to walk your feet further out towards the edges of your mat. Opening up and lengthening, especially if you need the bigger stretches. That's what I love about this practice is there's something for everybody. And wherever you're at, we're going to come back into a wide-legged straddle. So whether you're going to drop your feet or walk them in, inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up nice and slow with the flat back. Have the right foot meet the left foot. Arms come up. Chair pose. You're going to bring your hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Right elbow will take to the left knee. And again, this is so good for releasing tension in the core. Lower yourself down onto your heels. Whatever you practiced on the other side, do it again. So right hand down, left arm up. Take that left hand behind you. Work on the half bind. See if you can get those knees plugged in, heels plugged in. Come up higher onto your tippy toes. Look over the left shoulder. Have your collarbone reach towards the chin, right? There's so much to think about other than thinking. All right, kids, reverse bind it or fly it. You'll bring both hands down to the mat. You can rest your knee on your elbow. Lean forward. In through the nose and out. One more breath. All right, take it back, high plank. Low plank. Up dog. So here's another opportunity to practice chin dips. So tops of your feet, lift the ass, lower the chin. Hang in there. Up dog. Chin. Up dog. Like if I say it louder, it makes a difference. Chin. I'm like, why am I screaming? The people at home are like, oh my God, I'm going deaf. Downward facing dog. When I listen to myself sometimes, I'm like, who is that? Last leg up. Warrior one. I know, sometimes I should take it on the road. The little comedian in me. I'm like, okay, arms up. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Now straighten your leg here and reach back a little bit more. Straight-legged triangle as you reach forward. The left hand's going to come down and the right arm is going to come up. Now slide your left hand closer and closer towards the floor. If you start to bend at your joint, that's fine. It's really more about creating that relationship between the back body and the hip flexor. Now your right hand's going to come down to the mat. You're going to square off your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, get the chest and thighs to touch. I know. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now feel your feet rooted. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way up. Reverse namaskar. So take your hands out, thumbs towards the floor. This helps with the rotation of the shoulder girdle. And they'll come back. Now you can just do knuckles. You can bring your hands to prayer. And then you slide them all the way up towards your neck. Find the back bend here. So open up the chest, bring your elbows to the back of your mat. Then lift your collarbone and look up. Now on the next breath, as you come forward, lean over that left thigh bone so you don't experience any pinching. See if you can get your chin to touch the shin. Inhale, lengthening. On your exhale, go lower. Now see if you can get your hands closer towards your neck. Inhale, lengthening. Walk those hands in a little bit more. And exhale, folding. From here, release your hands all the way out in front of you. Woo! Bring the right foot to meet the left. Now we're going to go into gorilla. So you're going to turn your palm to the floor, pinky in. Now you're going to stand on your knuckles and your palms are going to be down, and we're going to just stretch out those hands. Lengthening and then folding. Use your toes to massage the tops of your hands or your wrists. And then what I want you to do is put a little bend in your knees and then bend your elbows and lift your hands up. Yeah, there you go, Sarah. Yeah. Isn't that a sweet stretch? You can straighten those arms. And then again, bend your elbows, lift the heels of your hands up. You can actually rest your elbows up against your shins if you like. You just want to get a stretch in those hands. And then again, straighten your arms. One more time. See if there's a little bit more range of motion. We'll release. Straightening the arms, releasing your hands. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, folding. Let's sweep those arms up nice and high. Allow those palms to touch, look towards the ceiling. On your exhale, you can swan dive. On your inhale, lengthen. Walk or jump it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Same intention, you're going to take the right leg up. Bring it through to the top of the mat, warrior one. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Yeah, straighten that front leg and reach back. Take your straight-legged triangle. Really extend out of that right hip. So as that right hand comes down and the left arm comes up. Walk your hands closer and closer towards the right foot. So Brene Brown was doing this podcast, and she talked about the importance of moving your physical body because it literally is where it stores anxiety. Take the right arm up. Your anxiety is not in your head. Then square it off. It's in your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up nice and slow with the flat back. We'll take those arms out like we were practicing. Work those thumbs. Feel that rotation to the shoulder girdle. This weekend we're doing a health and wellness immersion. Can't wait. Dissect everything. Thumbs down. Knuckles back. Take your hands to prayer. Work on sliding them up. Cooperation. Movement and breath. And roll your shoulders up and back. See if you can get those elbows to go towards the back of the mat. Chest up, hips forward. Take the chin towards the ceiling. Your gaze above your head. Press into the left leg so you don't collapse. Reach back, back, back. On your exhale, lean forward. Square off your hips. Bring that chin towards the shin and walk your hands in closer. Inhale, lengthening. And on your exhale, walk those hands in closer. Round two, there should be a little bit more room. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, it's so close to the neck. Keep going, it's so close, it's so close, it's so close. Let's release it. We'll bring the hands out in front of us. The left foot will meet the right. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, folding. So gorilla number two, where the knuckles are down and the palms are up. So if you did this the first time, then the other variation is the palms towards the floor and fingertips towards the back of the mat. And then again, just like we talked about, you can wiggle your toes. Keep the knees soft if you need to. Cooperation. Now on the next breath, you'll release your hands one more time. Inhale, lengthening. Now toe heel your feet to the edges of your mat. Come into Kappa squat. Lower yourself down. Now, if you want to sit on a prop, that's an option too. The idea is to actually rotate the feet enough so that you keep the heels down. For some people, that's not necessarily always an option. Then press your elbows into your knees and have your elbows press into your knees pressed into your elbows, and work on that whole cooperation. We're going to add an additional full bind here. So slide the right shoulder all the way to the inside of the right knee. And then you can wrap that right arm around, and then the left arm around. Have the two palms meet. Lean into the right foot, and then work on straightening your arms. So you want to feel more weight in the right foot than in the left foot. And then look over the left shoulder and stretch those arms out even more, even more, even more, even more. Come back to center. We're working our way into full binding here. So take that left shoulder, or we can do TT Basana. So the left shoulder's got to go to the floor. Sweep that left arm around. Get into that full bind. So in order to be able to do guillotine or firefly, it's a pretty big back stretch. Straighten those arms. Take the weight over towards the left foot. Look to the right. Lean into your feet. One more time, come back to center. You'll place your hands on the mat, straighten your legs, turn your heels out. Now you want your feet to be closer to the edge of the mat, no wider. Lengthening your spine, come up onto the ball of your right foot. Oh, all the key ingredients here. Then take your right shoulder underneath the right knee. Work on taking a claw. Your right hand's going to be a claw. It starts at your ankle. You slide it up to your shin and then your knee. Get a nice hug in there, and then you drop that heel to the floor. There you go, just like that, Lisa. Then you come up onto the ball of your left foot. And you take your left hand, you make a claw. You take it to your ankle. You slide it up towards the knee. And you wiggle your torso between those two knees. And you just lift one heel and then the other heel. And you can alternate from side to side until that lower back starts to soften up, or your brain does, one or the other. Then you take guillotine, so you're going to take a full bind here. You just did it earlier. So both of those hands are going to come to the back of your mat, or back of your torso. There you go. Now walk your feet in towards each other. So toe heel your feeties in. There you go. You can use a strap or a hand towel. There you go, Batia. So wherever you're at is good, because the whole idea is to release your back. Now tuck your chin in, walk your feet in a little bit closer. It almost feels like your entire body's in a vice grip. A few breaths. Wherever you're at. Now, if you like to fly, you're going to take your hands to the heels of your feet. So, Batia, see if you can go into this with your legs straight, or your arms straight. So straighten your arms. Press your inner thighs in towards your shoulders. And then you're going to keep all that weight. So those feet are going to have to go out in front of you. Squeeze until everything comes up. Straight arms. Yes. There you go. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those. Take those legs up towards the sky. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those inner thighs. Yes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Ah, beautiful, Sarah. And together we release. All right. Baddha Konasana, bring the balls of your feet together, let your knees fall open. And take your hands up towards the sky. Lean forward. This is to release anything that came up. Let those knees fall towards the floor. Feels good to be out of breath, doesn't it? It's like, oh. Because when you're out of breath, you can't hold on anymore. All right, walk your hands back in. Extend your left leg out, pull your right heel in. Great, take your arms up towards the sky. Bring your fingertips forward. Now rock your hips from side to side. And then wrap that right hand around or the left hand around. The whole idea is to interlace the fingers or to grab your wrists and then pull yourself towards the floor. Now we did a lot of back body, so hopefully many of you are feeling the success of being able to bring your chest to your thighs. And once you've been able to do that, you'll notice that you've gotten more space out of your torso. You'll need, Sarah's doing a great job of demonstrating like a block, but you want to extend your grip as much as possible. So even if it goes, there you go, Katie, all the way out, yeah. So we can take advantage of this space. One more breath here. Walk your hands back in. Bend your left leg. Then take your left foot to the outside of the right knee. Now we're going to add a reverse bind here. So the secret to a reverse bind is your ability to get as much out of the side body as possible. So that right arm is going to slide between the thighs. So don't limit your range of motion, really work with it to see if you can get that hook. And again, it's just it's a great back stretch. Now look up, chest up. Think about dropping both of your pelvic bones, the right side and the left, towards the floor so you can lift your chest a little bit more. Then look over the left shoulder. Now you can add eagle legs if you'd like. You just extend your right leg out and you add your eagle legs. So whether you're in a reverse bind or not, you can still do eagle legs. Yep. Get that good stretch. All right, let's unwind it. Take your hands behind you. Toes towards the floor at the top of your mat. And then bring your hands all the way back. So when you go into intense east facing pose, you literally push yourself back to lift your chest up. And we'll release. Pull your left heel in. Take your arms up. And again, move the fleshy part of your bum so you have all this range of motion to work with. Then you're going to reach forward. Extend those hands out.
How far could you really go? Resting the tongue at the roof of the mouth. You know, back in the dark ages, this is when your teacher would come and sit on your back. Pull your heel of your foot in. So you're extending through that back body. Yeah. Actually rotating that left thigh bone so it opens up more while sliding your forearm up your back. Watch your hands in. You'll pull that left knee in. Nope, sorry. The right knee in. We'll take the right leg, place it over the left. And adjust your hips appropriately so that you can get into the reverse bind. Use your straps, your hand towels. Try to let everything soften. And then if you want to try the eagle legs, just extend the left leg out. So if you're not in a reverse bind, you can still do eagle legs and just reach for your knee. This actually would be a great way to get into a side plank. All right, unwind it. You're gonna roll onto your back, wheel pose or bridge. So we've done a lot of shoulders, side body, back body. So this wheel should feel really good. So if you normally choose to opt out of wheel pose, maybe today you just try opting in. Hands go up over the head. Just a few breaths. Enough room just to get the demons out. And then from here, you'll come either into legs up or plow pose. Legs up is called waterfall. So let's take them towards the ceiling. You can add a shoulder stand if you'd like.
And then wherever you're at, as we're beginning to wind down, can you allow your sand to completely settle? Acknowledging your new space. And then together we'll unwind it, rolling out nice and slow. And we're getting ready to go into final savasana. So if you want to close your eyes and draw your attention inward. By all means. Our masks make great eye pillows. right, kids, let's to the right side. We'll come up into a comfortable seat. Eyes low or eyes closed. We'll bring our hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Grateful for this new day, its beauty and its light, and our chance to begin again. May we all be freed from yesterday's limitations, and today may we be reborn. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. From my heart to yours, namaste. Have a great day, peeps. Have a great day.